if God removed someone from your life. And it hurts. Trust me, it would have hurt even more to let them stay. There was once a young boy who loved spending time with his best friend more than anything in the world. They did everything together, played in the fields, climbed trees, shared secrets, and dreamed of the future. To the boy, his friend was like family. He believed they would grow up together, stay close forever. But one day, things changed. His friend began acting distant. He would say harsh things, ignore him for no reason, and often leave him out. At first, the boy thought he did something wrong. He tried harder to make his friend laugh, to keep their bond strong. But nothing worked. Soon, the friend stopped coming to play. Time passed. The boy felt confused, hurt, alone. He sat under their favorite tree, hoping the friend would come back, explain everything, or at least say goodbye. But the friend never did. The boy asked himself, why would someone who cared about me just walk away? He didn't have the answer, only tears. Things changed. He stopped going to the field, stopped climbing trees. His smile faded. He carried a quiet sadness wherever he went. One evening, his grandfather noticed the silence and sat beside him. "You seem heavy," he said gently. The boy looked down. "He left, my best friend. I don't even know why." His grandfather nodded. "Sometimes, people walk out of our lives without a clear reason. It feels unfair. But maybe, just maybe, it's a kind of protection." The boy didn't understand. How could losing someone feel like protection? His grandfather placed a hand on his shoulder. "Let me tell you a story." He began. There was once a small, young tree growing beside a larger one. The big tree gave the little one shade, comfort, and a sense of safety. The little tree leaned toward it, letting its branches rest under the big tree's wide leaves. But the larger tree grew too fast. Its thick branches blocked the sun. Its roots spread deep and wide, stealing most of the water and nutrients from the soil. The small tree began to wither. Its leaves turned pale. It stopped growing, but the little tree didn't complain. It thought, "This big tree protects me. I don't want it to leave." Then, one stormy night, lightning struck the big tree. The next morning, the forest was quiet. The big tree had fallen, its trunk split and leaves scattered. The small tree stood alone for the first time. At first, it felt scared, lonely. It missed the big tree. But then something beautiful happened. Sunlight touched its leaves again. Rain reached its roots. The wind danced through its branches. Slowly, the little tree grew stronger, taller, brighter. It wasn't until the big tree was gone that the little tree could truly grow. The boy listened quietly. The story sat with him like a soft whisper in his heart. He began to see something he hadn't before. Maybe some people leave because they were never meant to stay. Maybe they were holding him back, even if they didn't mean to. Maybe it wasn't his fault after all. And maybe, just maybe, God had removed them not to hurt him, but to help him grow. He still missed his friends sometimes. That was okay. But now, when he sat under that same tree, he looked up with hope, not sorrow. Time passed. The boy slowly returned to his old self, but he was not the same. He spent more time alone now, not because he was lonely, but because he was learning who he was without trying to be someone for anyone else. He picked up new hobbies, drawing, planting flowers, reading about the world beyond the village. He helped his parents more, made new friends, and even became close to an older neighbor who taught him how to carve wood. Each day, he felt more alive. One afternoon, while walking through the village market, he saw his old friend across the street. They locked eyes for a second. His heart skipped. So many memories flashed in his mind, but his friend looked away and walked off. And for the first time, it didn't hurt. The boy didn't feel broken. He didn't feel lost. Instead, he smiled, because now he understood. He had been holding on to someone who had already let go. He had begged for a friendship that was no longer growing. He had mourned the loss, not realizing it was also a release. He didn't need to be angry or bitter. That chapter had ended, but his story had not. And slowly, piece by piece, he began building a life full of new people, new dreams, and most importantly, a stronger version of himself. The story teaches us that sometimes when someone leaves your life, it feels like a crack in your heart. You keep asking, why did they go? What did I do wrong? But the truth is, not every person is meant to stay forever. God sees what we cannot. God hears the conversations we're not part of. God knows what's in someone's heart, even if we don't. So when someone is removed from your life, it may feel like pain, but it might actually be protection. It might be God's way of saving you from a deeper hurt, a bigger betrayal, or a longer delay in your journey. You may cry, you may miss them, you may wonder what could have been, but in time, you will see, you didn't lose them. You found yourself. And just like that small tree, once the big shadow is gone, the sun reaches you. You grow, you heal, you become who you were always meant to be. So trust the letting go, trust the silence, and most of all, trust God. Because He knows what you don't, and what hurts now might be the very thing that sets you free.